and into a nice squat pose. You can place the fingertips on the floor. As you breathe in, you're going to bring your bum up and fold forward, and as you breathe out, you're going to come back into squat. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Going at your own pace, you can take it more slowly for a more calming practice, or you can do it more dynamically. Keep breathing nice and smoothly. Waking up the hips, waking up the hamstrings, getting energy moving in the hips where we tend to store emotional energy. We're just waking that energy up. We're going to do 2 more times. And then coming into a cross-legged position, notice which leg's in front. Thumb and forefinger on your palms, with your palms facing up on your knees, and gently rock from side to side. So awaking up your electromagnetic field that flows through your body and out of your body. And then activating nitric oxide with a few rounds of humming breath. Breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out, hum through the mouth. Last time. Slowing the rock to stillness. As you breathe in, take the arms overhead. And as you breathe out, walk the hands as far forward as you can. Opening up through those outer hips as you bend forward. Noticing the stretch is deeper in the hip of the leg that's in front. Keep breathing smoothly. Walking the hands round so that the chest comes over the front of the other thigh, not the one that's in front, the leg that's in front, but the other one. And notice how the stretch changes a little. Keep breathing smoothly. And keep on walking around to the same side, coming up onto the fingertips, upright, taking the arm overhead, stretching through the waist. Long, slow, smooth breaths in and out through the nose. And taking that hand that's overhead onto the opposite knee, walking the other hand round to the opposite buttock, sitting upright, lift up through the sternum as you breathe in, twist through the torso. Keep breathing smoothly. Coming back to center, thumb and forefinger together, palms facing out, close down your eyes. And just set an intention to release and let go. Anything that may be holding you back, keeping you stuck. You don't even need to know what it is. If you know what it is, you can name it. I'd like to release fear or doubt or separation. Whatever the words are. If you don't know, then it's just releasing whatever no longer serves. Remember, nature doesn't like a vacuum, so once we release something, it creates a space for something of a higher vibration to drop in. Opening up the eyes, take the hands behind your back, feet flat on the floor, and gently Windscreen wipering the knees, waking up the legs and the hips. And then coming back to center, swapping the cross of the legs so the other foot goes in front. Take the arms overhead as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, walk the hands as far forward as you can, getting a nice stretch through the outer hip. Keep breathing smoothly, coming back to the breath. And then walking round, bringing the chest over the other thigh, noticing how the emphasis in the stretch changes. Keep breathing smoothly. And keep walking round to the same side, coming onto the fingertips, coming upright, taking the arm overhead, and stretching through your waist and your side. And then bringing the hand down to the knee, walking this hand all the way round to the opposite buttock, lift up through the sternum, twist through the torso. Keep coming back to that gentle, smooth breath in and out through the nose, long, slow breaths through the nose. And then coming back to center, thumb and forefinger together, palm resting out, facing outwards on the top of the knees, and close down your eyes. And then turn your attention to what you'd like to draw in for 2024. And if you don't know, just choose to draw in whatever is to the highest good of us all. But if you know specifically what it is, just take a moment to name it. And then releasing the mudra, placing the feet on the floor, opening the eyes and gently windscreen wipering the knees. Moving nice and gently. And then rolling over, coming into child's pose. So bringing your toes together, sitting with your bum on the heels. Keep the knees nice and wide to the edge of the mat. Come down onto your forearms. And as you breathe in, you're going to rock to the front, and breathe out, sit back on the heels. So keep breathing smoothly, rocking as fast to activate energy, or as slow as you like if you want a more calming practice. Keep breathing nice and smoothly. And then sitting back into child's pose, forehead on the floor, close down your eyes. Arms active, palms reaching towards the end of the mat, elbows off the floor. Balasana, child's pose. Keep breathing smoothly. Just melt into it. Closing down your eyes and turning inwards. As your brainwaves start to slow down, as you slow the breath and become still, you start moving through from out of beta to alpha, delta, theta, gamma. And our inside world starts to become more vibrant, more real. Two more smooth breaths here. And then gently coming up onto all fours, and taking the right foot up by the right hand. Place the foot where the right hand is and walk both hands to the inside of the mat. Then walk your left knee as far to the back as you can, coming into baby dragon. This is what it looks like sideways on and front ways on. This is what it looks like. So you want both hands on the inside of the knee, taking that, inside of the foot, and taking the back knee as far back as you can. So baby dragon, we're going to do the dragon sequence, which opens up through that front outer hip and the inner thigh and the lower back and the back hip flexor. So just keep breathing smoothly. We're going to hold it for about 10 breaths, giving the chance for the fascia, that wet mesh or web of tissue that lies under the skin, connecting all the deep tissues, the ligaments and the tendons and the muscles. Acts a bit like the mycelium in the earth. And it takes about 90 seconds to open up. So just come back to the breath. Allow this to be quite a meditative practice. And then walk the foot to the edge of the mat and lift the ball of the foot off the floor. And take the toe, the big toe off the floor, so you're resting on the outside edge of the foot, knee out to the side, winged dragon. And if you wish, you can come down onto your elbows if that's available to you, or you can use a block and rest your elbows on a block. So just do what feels right for you today. Keep breathing smoothly, remembering you're going to hold it for about 10 breaths. So you probably don't want to go in a 7 or an 8 because it's going to feel really intense really quickly. You want to probably just go in more at a 5 or a 6. Maybe even a 4 or 5. Be mindful of where you may be holding tension in your body and try and release it or let it go. And then coming back up onto the palms if you're on elbow, and walk the foot back to the center of the mat. Place your elbow on your knee. If you want to do the beginner's version of twisting dragon, you're going to take the other hand around and try and reach your thigh, lift up through the sternum and twist through the torso, taking the twist that way. If you can reach around and get hold of either the back of your foot or the top of your foot, or even wrap a strap around the ankle, coming into twisting dragon, and you get the stretch through the quad and the hip flexor as well as the twist. Keep breathing smoothly, have a big smile. And then release the foot. Sitting halfway back, straightening the front leg, toes facing up towards the ceiling, hands either side of the shin or the thigh, or you can get your blocks. Have your blocks either side of your hips like that. Yeah. So choosing what feels right to you and then pivoting over your hip, coming into half split. So sitting halfway back, chest over the thigh, leading out through the crown of the head, getting a stretch through the hamstring. And then bringing the foot to the back of the mat, toes together, knees wide, coming into child's pose, knees to the edge of the mat, coming onto your forearms and rocking backwards and forwards. Keep breathing nice and smoothly. Breathing in as you move forwards, breathe out as you bring the hips back, the bum back onto the heels. And then sitting back on your heels, coming into child's pose, arms this time resting with the elbows either side of your head, with your forefingers just touching just above your head, and notice how that softens through the shoulders. Again, turning inwards. If your knees feel a little wide right on the edge of the mat, you can bring the knees a bit closer together. You can always rest with blankets as well to support you, whatever you need to do. Keep breathing smoothly. And then coming back up onto all fours. Taking the left foot to where the left hand is, walk that hand to the inside of the foot, extending the back knee as far away as possible, roll the shoulders back and down, don't let them scrunch up, roll them back and down, gazing forwards, keep breathing smoothly. Baby dragon. And then walking the foot to the edge of the mat, lifting the ball of the foot off the floor, resting on the outside edge of that foot. You can stay on the palms or come down onto some blocks, resting the elbows on the blocks. Just be mindful of those shoulders, or perhaps all the way down on the floor. So whatever feels right for you tonight, keep breathing smoothly. Notice the quality of your thoughts. Where is your attention drifting off to? Try and take on the role of an observer. So like you're watching clouds in the sky, just let the thoughts drift through your mind and come back to the breath as soon as you know you've been distracted. Awareness is the first step in any change. And when we become aware of the quality of our thoughts, whether we're thinking helpful, positive thoughts or unhelpful, critical thoughts, that's the first step in stopping that kind of approach. And then coming back up onto the hands, walk the foot to the center of the mat, coming onto the elbow. So you have a choice coming upright, whether you take the hand behind your back and try and reach round for your thigh, or if you can reach the back of the foot or the top of the foot, or even use a strap, then you're going to sink into the pose. And to make this softer on the knees, you can always put a blanket or roll the mat up and place it under the knee. But you also, rather than being really upright and resting on the kneecap, which doesn't feel nice, you sink into it and move the emphasis to the real top of your knee and the bottom of your thigh, if that makes any sense. It's probably got a proper word, a proper name, but that softens it too. And then you turn your gaze in line with the shoulder, so you add the twist. Big smile. Keep breathing smoothly, twisting dragon. Releasing the foot to the floor. Hands either side of the front leg as you straighten it and sink halfway back, bringing the chest over the thigh, coming into half splits, half monkey pose. Hanuman, the monkey god, was known for straddling 2 continents. So the splits in yoga are known as monkey pose or Hanasana. Half splits, half monkey pose, half Hanasana. And then hands to the top of the mat, feet to the back of the mat, coming into downward dog. Walking your dog if you want to start waking up the legs a little bit. And then lower both heels and connect with both palms. And then sitting or jumping onto your bottom and bring the soles of your feet together. Hands underneath the heels and just gently flapping your butterfly wings. Keep breathing smoothly. And then slowing the flap of the wings, lift up through the sternum as you breathe in. Elbows in front of the lower legs, come down with the flat back and then roll into it, coming into Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose, opening up through the inner thigh, the outer hips, the lower back. Great pose if you struggle with sciatica. Keep breathing smoothly. And then gently roll up, taking the legs out into Upavista Konasana. Less important how wide the legs are, more important that the toes are active. Tiny micro bend if you're super tight in the hamstrings, because they're the easiest muscle to overstretch. And then lift up through the sternum as you breathe in. Gently walk the hands down as far forward as possible as you breathe out. Or you can use your bolster on one end and rest your head on the other end for more restorative variation. Keep breathing smoothly. If you've got blocks, you might want to rest your head on a block or a couple of blocks. Okay, oh, not so much. They've fallen over. Keep breathing smoothly. So all the same benefits as the previous pose, with the added benefit of opening up through the hamstrings. Notice if you're holding any tension and tightness in the shoulders and try and release it. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, or perhaps frowning. Just try and let it go. And then gently walking the hands back up and coming to rest on your backs. So lying on your backs, Take the right leg up towards the ceiling as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, lower that ankle just below the knee, flex the foot. Support the thigh with the hands as you lift the foot off the floor, coming in to thread the needle. The more you flex that right foot, the deeper the stretch in the outer hip. You can also use your elbow and your inner thigh to gently guide the knee out to the side. And again, another lovely pose for opening up through the inner thigh and the outer hip and the lower back. And if you notice any tension and tightness there, try and breathe into it. So imagine as you breathe in, the breath circulating. And as you breathe out, just gently release it. You can even add a little on the exhalation. Remember that sound is really good for moving energy. So the movement, everything that we've been doing to open up through the hips is going to help release any stuck energy there. These nice, long, slow, smooth breaths are going to help release that energy. And if you want to add a sound, really nice cleansing sound, releasing sound. And then release both feet to the floor. And swap it to the other side. So take the left leg up to the ceiling. As you inhale, as you exhale, flex the foot and place it just below your knee. Breathing in, lifting the foot off the floor, elbow on the inside of the knee to direct the knee out slightly wider. If you've got that space to do that, flexing the foot to get really deep into that hip, really focusing on the breath, massaging the hip. You might notice that this hip's not as tight as the other one. Again, just bringing that kindful acceptance to whatever you notice. Don't criticize, don't judge. You know, this isn't an opportunity to beat yourself up. It's coming to it with like the curiosity of a child, like childlike curiosity. You know, what's going on? And if you wish, adding the with the exhalation. And then hugging both knees into your chest, gently rocking from side to side, massaging the spine, and then circling the knees in one direction. And then back in the other direction. And then extending the arms out at shoulder height, palms facing down. Excuse me. Take a nice smooth breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to lower your knees down to the right hand side and turn your head to the left, coming into a simple twist. Just allow your body to melt into the floor, restoring equilibrium in your spine. Bring the knees through center as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, lower the knees down to the other side. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Just melt into the floor. Simple twist. And then coming back to center. So we're going to come into Shavasana, and you have 3 options tonight, guys. So if you want to take reclining butterfly on the floor, I'd recommend you support your thighs with either blocks or cushions or books, because we're going to be here for a while. So you can take that as an option. You can also just take Shavasana and place a blanket over you. Or you can use your bolster behind your knees whilst you're resting in Shavasana, or cushions if you've got some cushions to hand. That's really nice for softening the sacrum into the mat. Really nice, relaxing way to enjoy Shavasana. Again, place a blanket over you. Or you can do the full supported butterfly pose by stacking the bolster at one end with some blocks or some cushions, grabbing a blanket, roll the blanket up and place it at the bottom of the bolster, and then just bring your bum to rest, soles of the feet together. Take the blocks to support the thighs and coming into supported Konasana. So choosing whichever variation you would like best. This supported butterfly is going to really open up through the inner thighs, the groin, opening up into the hip. It allows all that energy that we've got moving in the hips to keep moving. Okay, so just get nice and comfortable. There is no right or wrong. If you prefer to be in Shavasana, so be it. Taking a nice smooth breath in through the nose and a long smooth breath out through the mouth, a nice long releasing breath. And again, nice long smooth breath in through the nose. And a longer, slower breath out through the mouth, releasing and cleansing. Last time. In through the nose. Part the jaw, a nice, long, slow breath out through the mouth, releasing, letting go, cleansing. And then just allow your breath to return to normal. I'd like to invite you to imagine that golden white light is pouring down all over you like a cosmic shower. This golden healing light flows all around you and melts into every cell, every system, every organ. And as it does so, it keeps falling down through your body, into Mother Earth. Allowing this cosmic shower, this beautiful golden healing light to keep flowing in from overhead, all over your body, into every cell, flowing all the way through your body and out into the earth, into Mother Earth. And as this energy flows through you, allow it to take with it any negative energy that you've released from your hips, any big emotional energy, anything that no longer serves you. Just allow this energy to flow from overhead. This universal energy and this golden healing, cleansing energy flow all the way through you. And feel that heaviness as you melt into the floor. As all those limiting beliefs, all those unhelpful thoughts, all that inner critical voice drains and melts into Mother Earth for her to transmute, transform this energy. This cosmic shower keeps pouring down into you and all around you, cleansing and releasing whatever no longer serves. Surrender to it. Knowing this energy knows exactly what to remove and take away to be transmuted and transformed. Feel that energy melting out of you, draining out of you. Let it go. It no longer serves you. And then allow this beautiful golden healing light to fill every cell and every system and every organ, filling you with cosmic light, healing energy, vitality, vibrancy. And notice how this energy starts to fill your aura, your 8th chakra, your electromagnetic field. Embracing you in a golden healing ball of energy. Your soul star chakra, your aura, your electromagnetic field. Fill it up with this cosmic energy, this golden light. Feel it expanding way beyond your body. This both protects and projects. Fill it up with this cosmic energy. As you welcome in new beginnings and new possibilities, reminding yourself of your intentions for 2024. Allow a smile to grace your lips as you notice how you feel. The flow of energy from the cosmos slows down, but it never stops. It's always flowing through you. You feel the power of your aura all around you, protecting and projecting. And you gently guide your legs back together if you've been in Supta Konasana, reclining butterfly, so that the knees touch and you walk the feet to the edge of the mat. Counterposing that big stretch. Those in Shavasana can also join us, bringing their knees together. Feet to the edge of the mat, coming into almost like a teepee shape. And then gently walking the feet a bit closer together, about hip distance apart. Windscreen wipering the knees from side to side. And then if you're on the props, you might want to roll off and come to rest on one side. If you're using the bolster underneath your knees, you might want to roll it away and start to bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes, and then rolling onto your side. Just taking a couple of breaths of transition. And then gently guiding yourself back into a comfortable seated position. That may be on your knees, it may be cross-legged. And then just sweeping the arms up and round as we start to call in those intentions, those new possibilities, those new beginnings that the Spring Equinox heralds. Draw them in. And then taking the arms out to the side, spreading the fingers wide, circling the hands forwards. And adding power to these intentions with breath of fire. So focusing on the exhalation, the inhalation takes care of itself, pumping the belly, If it's something that is difficult for you to access, try sticking your tongue out and panting like a dog. And then you can close the mouth and keep breathing through the nose. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big sweep in, drawing the hands back through center, palms connecting both hemispheres of the brain as you do this, bringing the elbows up to the same height as the palm. Take a long, smooth breath in and a long, releasing breath out through the mouth. Just close down your eyes and notice how you feel. As you repeat these words in your head, I choose to release and let go whatever no longer serves, creating space for new possibilities and new opportunities to drop in. Namaste.